Hello and welcome to this tutorial series again. So in this tutorial I will show you how to match grains and fixes for the RotoPaint issues. So hello दोस्तों, my name is Hers and without wasting time let's get started. So here is the comp from the last tutorial, and previously I created clean plate with RotoPaint node and attached with tracking information, then merged with BG plate, but the output was not so good enough, so was the alpha channel of that. So I spent a little more time and created this new clean plate. This is the result right now. If I compare previously, edges were not blending properly. So I'm going to just replace this RotoPaint node with this node. Just connect this pre-mult input to this RotoPaint node. Now here you can see the edges are properly blending compared with this. But now in this old paint we got the weird alpha, and in the new we don't have any alpha right now. So I'm going to do a simple operation to make a nice alpha from this plate. We can use copy pre-mult node to get a nice alpha. Hit K to bring copy node. So what this copy node do, basically copy the alpha from input A and paste in input B as a result. So now we can connect B input to this clean plate and connect pre-mult input with this. Now for A input we will take a roto node. Just hit shortcut O to call this node. Now I am going to create a roto shape around the patch. Click on this frame hold and press 1 for viewing purpose. Now we can easily draw a roto shape around the patch. Double click on this RotoPaint node to open its properties and make sure the overlay is set to on. To do so, just hit Q to turn overlay on. Now just draw a roto shape around this. Okay, so that's done. Now select all the vertices of roto and hit Z to smoothen out vertices and press E to feather the poly. Let me undo it. Drag these handles outward to feather. Now just connect roto node to A inputs. So what it will do now, it's transfer the alpha of roto in our B input. Now if we see through our copy node and press Q again to turn overlay off, and if I enable the alpha channel, we got a nice clean alpha channel. By the way, shortcut is A for turning alpha on and off. Now we can easily smoothen out the alpha more. We can use blur node to give more feather, or say edge blending to our patch alpha. Click on this roto and press B for blur node. It will automatically connect after the selected node. Now let's increase the blur and see the result. For now just put 3 in the blur value. If we see through our pre-mult, we got a smoothen alpha. Again press Q to enable overlay. Here we applied the tracker value and merged with the input plate. As you can see, we have to match the CC for our patch now. To go to this grid property and reset the properties for now, and also extend the roto shape feather more. So let's extend this depoly more. If we see the result now, here is the before and after. Grade is not matching properly, and that I will realize in the end. The only part is left is to apply the grains. Let's make some space over here. Before starting, if we go to the blue channel, here we can see our patch is having some grains in it. So before applying grain, it's better to denoise the footage first, so that there will be no static grains in it. Hit tab and search for denoise. It is a default node, comes with Nuke. So now we will connect this in clean plate pipe. I am going to connect this before frame hold. Press 1 to view this node. Now if I zoom out and press Q, we can see one bounding box in the corner. Let's drag over here and also set the properties tab to show only one setting. This default denoise needs more than 80 by 80 pixels to analyze grains, and it's always a good idea to place a bounding box to a darker area as their grains are more visible in the darker areas. And if it's not possible, bounding area always should be in an even area. So here I will put this over here. Now to see the difference, press B to go in the blue channel and disable this node. So now you can easily see the difference that we removed the grain. Now we can easily add grains over our patch. Select merge and press 1 and remove all the settings up here. Now here I am going to use a free grain node. It is a furnace core plugin that too also comes with NukeX. Hit tab and type f_regrain. So here it is. In the properties we have some settings to tweak the values. First we got basic overall grain amount and size, and in the advanced settings we have individual settings for all the channels. So we can adjust grain amount in red, green and blue separately. So if grains are less in the red channel, we can pull up the values in the red channel, so with the grain size too. Similarly we can tweak the values in green and blue channel also. Now let's see what we got in the node input. There are two inputs. One is for source. Source is basically where we want to add grains. So let's connect it to our patch. And in the grain input, we have to set the sequence to pull the grains from. So now we have to connect this input where the denoise is not connected. So here in this pipe we can connect our grain input. Hold Ctrl key and click on this yellow dots. That will create a dot between lines. So we can connect input to this pipe. Once it's connected, we can see the bonding area again. And similarly to denoise, it's better to put this over a darker area or similar area where you created your patch. Sorry for that weird cut. For now I am taking this bounding box over here because if I put in white area, it will not match our grain with this area, and that's why I placed this over here, so the grain will match with our patch. Please note that there are multiple ways and plugins to match grain, like dice grain and regrain node. It's totally depend on the shot. Let's increase gain and gamma for the viewer to better match the grains a little bit. The grains are looking soft for now, so let's increase overall grain amount and little bit in blue channel too. Now if I disable the F-grain node, it's easily to see the grain result. Now, if you notice, our patch is only visible for one frame. For that we have to go in the rotopaint node and select all the strokes and hover the mouse in this live column and click one time. It will pop up the drop-up menu, and from there I can select this all frame. I will go to the first frame and let's check the result. Click 1 over here and 2 on this merge. Now you know how to use F-grain node. There are some more settings in it, so let's cover up that too. We have seen the grain settings in individual channel. Our grains are matching, but for more advanced you can come over here and click on this arrow to show up more settings. So in the first setting we have our option Cineon, sRGB, linear and the default one. I'm going to set it to sRGB for now. Also click on this use sample response. After that click on this sample grain response. Now after you click this, the grains will again become soft. Now again we have to increase the grain amount. So let's increase the blue amount to 2 and go to G channel and make that 2 also. Similarly in red channel. Now our clean plate is almost ready with grains on it. If we go through our channels, our patch is looking much more bright in the blue channel. Increase gain and gamma in viewer to better see the patch. Now let's change the blue values in grade. Here we can see the down part of the patch is much brighter compared to the upper part. So we need to use another grade here. Hit G on your keyboard while selecting this grade node. And let's take a roto node and we can bound the grade effect to a certain area. In the grade node we have option for masking. Let's connect this with roto. Select the grade and press 1 for viewing purpose. Now we will create a rough mask over down part and make it smooth, and also add the feather. After this, let's jump to the grade properties and turn off the red and green channel, so it will only affect in the blue channel now. That's it. Now I will change this white values to match the CC. Give more feather to the roto. Also add blur node and give it a nice value. Let's check the result. Right now it's looking more dark. So again go to the grid and pull down this value. Now our clean plate is ready. Now all the channels are matching and here is the final result. I try to cover this in very short time as possible. So dosto, that's it for this video. I hope you love this tutorial series. Check the important links in the description and comment down your thoughts below. See you next Sunday.